Guys, welcome back to another episode of Honest Straightforward Reviews. Today I'm putting the Galaxy Buds Pro against the Apple AirPods Pro. I've got this video in 3 segments. In the first, I'm going to talk about the unboxing. So if you want to, by the way, see the true unboxing where I unpack them, you can check it out in the description. I've got it in the description. But in this, I'm just going to look at the experience, how it's boxed and everything like that. Then I'm going to, in the second part, look at the design and the box and things like that and charge. And in the end, I'm going to be talking about all the sound and noise cancellation and features like that. All right, guys, let's get this started. All right, first of all, I'll look at the boxes. So the box for the AirPods is slightly bit bigger, and the thickness is about the same. It's a tiny bit bigger because it's really bulky. All right, let's get the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro out of the way. It's got a little nice thing here. Okay, not that it comes out. It looks like it comes out, but I've tried everything to get that out. It does not come out. Okay. All right, now this little neat thing has all the cabling and everything in it. So if you guys can see, that's the micro USB-C cable, and in here, this little box, they've got the extra buds. So for example, if your ears are too small or too big, they've got the other ones in there which will fit you a lot better. Now other than that, you've got the Galaxy Buds Pro in here. So that's basically it. I'll put that aside. So that's the unboxing for the Samsung. Nothing underneath. All right, let's look at the Apple product. Okay, straight off, it's a lot easier to slide this one out. Okay, that's with Apple. Their packaging is always on target. All right, so a bit of an embossed feature here. Other than that, I've got the paperwork. Okay, and that has the paperwork as well in it somewhere. I think that little box that I was trying to get out is the paperwork, but it's stuck. So anyways, let's get into the unboxing. So first of all, you've got the AirPods Pro in there. Okay, inside the box you get the cable, just like the Samsung, neatly packed away. And here is the little extra buds you get. Okay, so large and small, a few different sizes. Okay, all right, let's get that out of the way. All right, let's get this started. So you've got the Samsung on my left and the Apple on the right. So looking at the Samsung, it's a lot smaller. However, it is thicker as well at the same time. So volume wise, probably it'll be equal, but it's just feels a bit different. But this will be bulgy. So what I've found is when you've got it in your pocket, I prefer this because it doesn't bulge it out that much, and whereas my pockets are pretty big, so they'll fit fine. You know what I mean? I want it thinner is what I'm trying to say. All right, looking at the Bud Pros. Okay, so that's basically it. Okay, all right, and let's take the AirPods Pro out as well. So you've got the AirPods Pro. Between them, by the way, these guys cost me nearly $800. Okay, so these are $350 and these are $400. So that's the engravement there. Okay, so again, probably volume-wise, as you can see, the housing here is a tiny bit smaller than these. However, this has got a stem, and the stem is used for stuff as well. Now this is touch sensitive though. Okay, so with the touch you tap to pause and things like that, and hold to have transparency mode on, and with this you just squeeze to pause and squeeze and hold to have transparency mode or noise cancellation, and toggle between them. Now this is really soft, both of them. Now this stays really nicely in here in your ear. Okay, volume wise, I think this would be a tiny bit smaller, I dare say, but yeah, so other than that, noise cancellation on both of them are pretty good. So design wise, I'm leaning for the case, I'm leaning towards the Apple. Okay, because the case is so tiny and I'm not an iPhone user, so that, which doesn't make a lot of difference, but it does for the charging. However, I've got a lot of micro USB cords lying around and USB-C cords lying around, so this takes USB-C, which will be fine. Okay, not a problem for me. But if you're someone who's using a lot of lightning stuff from Apple, then you wouldn't have another you would have another charger. Okay, whereas this you wouldn't. You'd have use the Samsung charger. All right, other than that, these I prefer in my ear. They don't stand out as much as the AirPods do. The AirPods are quite in your face and they're huge and things like that. With the Pros, what they've done is they've shortened the stem, but I still feel like this sticking out of your ear enough to like get people to look at you a little bit funny. Whereas this, especially in the dark, it vanishes inside your ear. You can't really see it. With the Samsung, I feel like they really sit flush and they kind of vanish inside your ear, which is really, really good. With the Apple, they do have the tendency to stick out a little bit, although they're not as bad as the AirPods, which were a lot longer. Still, they look like there's something in your ear that's sticking out, especially with just one color, which is white. The AirPods are only in white, whereas the Samsung, they're available in 3 colors: white, well, silver, black, and violet. Now, the other thing that I found annoying with these headphones is, for example, with the Samsung, they sit in a way where, so they sit like really deep inside your ear. That's why they kind of vanish. So this might be the outer of your ear. So when you're like kind of trying to adjust it and fit it in, this part is the touch sensitive part. All right, so what happens is you're probably going to bump it, which I found that I was bumping it a lot. So I'd be either turning on transparency mode, or I'll be like pausing the music. This is a hit and a miss as well. So like I'll pause the music by mistake, just adjusting it, then I'll like tap it a few times to start it, then it'll start and pause again and things like that. So that was annoying. It sits really well though. It sits fine. There's no issues with this. It seals your ear. Your noise cancellation is quite good as well on this. It's not too bad. Whereas the AirPods Pro, I feel like these give you more control. So you can press the sides, the stem, and basically pause the music. And there's no way to mistakenly pause your music and things like that while you're adjusting it and things like that. So when you're holding it in your ear, you can just pull it out, put it in, move it around. And when you're pressing it, you need to press it quite hard. Not that hard that it's impossible to use, but it's hard enough to not be able to not press it accidentally, you know. So that's what I really like about the AirPods. The other thing I liked about the AirPods is, all right, so both of them, for example, if you go out of their ecosystem, they don't work as well. So the AirPods, you can change them and play them around in the settings menu in the app. Okay, they don't give you an app. The Samsung is the same on the Samsung Galaxy phones. However, the Apple give you an app that you can use with Androids, your AirPods with Androids. This doesn't. I can't do any of the adjustments or any customization to the swipes and the touch gestures, you know what I mean? That's really disappointing. So in that sense, I would say the AirPods are doing a little bit better. Also, sound wise, I felt the AirPods gave you a better sound as well. Noise cancellation is just about the same, although I'll have to give it to the AirPods. They have a natural blocking of the noise. However, they let in the sounds, such as someone talking and voices and things like that. So they're really good in that. The Samsungs are really good, but the AirPods do it a slight bit better. Call wise, both of them are pretty good as well, although I'd give the Samsung a really good thumbs up. So I'll say they are a tiny bit better on call quality. Now, some of the other stuff that I would like to talk about for you guys to know is, so one end, the AirPods, they charge with the lightning. On the other end, it's USB-C. So your charging brick needs to be USB-C. If you've got USB-A, it won't work. With the Samsung, they've got a USB-C on one end and USB-C on the other end as well. All right, so that's basically it for them. Now, with the AirPods having that stem kind of thing, it is prone, so if you're doing like rigorous exercise where you're moving your arms about, it's really easy to knock them out. Because this sits flush in your ear, it's a lot harder to knock them out. Now let's talk about sound. The sound on the Samsung feels a bit cramped and tight, whereas the AirPods Pro, for the size of it, they give you a really well defined and balanced sound. You can also play around with it in the equalizer as well in the settings app and really customize your sound experience. Now, buying them obviously depends on what smartphone you most likely have. If you've got an Apple smartphone, you'd most likely go for the AirPods Pro, whereas if you've got a Android phone, you'll go for the Galaxy. There's a couple of things that'll make you choose the AirPods Pro. So first of all, if sound quality and noise cancellation are your thing, which should be because you're paying a lot for these headphones, and the noise cancellation would be a good feature to have. The AirPods Pro do the sound and noise cancellation a lot better than these guys here. However, if you want water resistance and things like that, these are your guys. Now, talking about battery life, that one has to go to the Samsung, but not by a lot, just by 2 hours. They give you about 27 hours of battery life, whereas the AirPods Pro give you 25 hours, which is still not too bad at all. Now, both these offer 3D audio, okay, but the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro aren't getting this feature till later on in the year. So if you want to get access to that Dolby Atmos right away, you'll have to get the AirPods Pro. Now, between these two, I honestly, as an Apple person, I have everything with Apple. It's really hard sell for me to go with the Samsungs. The things that I love about it is absolutely the smaller buds that go into your ear and they sit really flush, the great battery life, okay, and also it being water resistant. But in the end, I have to choose the AirPods just for the simplicity of, for example, I do a lot of editing and things like that. So when I'm listening to music, it automatically connects to my iPhone, and when I'm editing, when I put it in my ear, it knows I'm using my MacBook Pro, and I don't need to go into settings and tell it that I'm using my MacBook Pro or my iMac or my Apple Watch. It just does that automatically. So the H1 chip in this really for me stands out and really makes the difference for me. So as an Apple user, I would go for the AirPods Pro. And if you want good sound, good noise cancellation, even if you've got an Android, I would go with the AirPods Pro because they got an app that you can use to customize them on the Samsung Galaxy. Alright guys, that's basically it from me. I hope you liked this video. Please do comment below and let me know how I did and what you liked, and also let me know what you would like to see. If you didn't like something, comment. Don't just dislike the video. Let me know what you disliked and I will try and change that. Alright guys, thanks for sticking to the end. You have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.